Breaking news, a historic day for Philippine defense. Flash, U.S. Congress approves massive warship deal for the Philippines. Headlines like these blazed across television screens and smartphone notifications this morning. The air just crackled with excitement and a sense of history in the making. In cities across the Philippines, people stopped to watch the news, eager to learn what this would mean for their country. Even in the halls of the Philippine Navy, there was a buzz, a mix of relief, pride, and anticipation for a future that suddenly looked a lot brighter. For many, this was more than just another political headline, it was a turning point. In Manila's busy ports and on distant outposts, sailors and officers began to imagine their new ships cutting through the waves. The government called it a new chapter in the nation's journey. For families with loved ones in the service, there was hope that the old risky days were finally coming to an end. The moment felt bigger than the deal itself. Analysts rushed to explain the stakes. "This is a game changer," said one expert on live TV. "It's about technology, security, and respect." The news was not just local, it was global. Other countries watched, knowing this decision would reshape the region. Now, as the day turns, the world waits to see what the U.S. Congress's decision will mean for the Philippines, for Asia, and for peace in troubled waters. So, what exactly happened in Washington, D.C.? After weeks of debate, the U.S. Congress voted overwhelmingly to approve a major warship deal for the Philippines. The deal covers the sale and transfer of several large modern naval ships, plus advanced technology and training support. The numbers are big, billions of dollars in value, years of planning, and a promise that goes far beyond just selling hardware. This approval did not come easily. Lawmakers weighed the risks and rewards. They studied security concerns and talked about the growing tension in Asia's seas. By the end, the decision was clear. The Philippines would get not only new ships, but also a package of support designed to modernize its entire navy. Leaders from both countries welcomed the news. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. praised the U.S. Congress for standing with the Philippines. U.S. officials called it a step forward for freedom of navigation and regional security. The mood was upbeat, but the message was serious. This was not business as usual. With the deal now official, work begins almost immediately. Teams from both countries will coordinate delivery, training, and integration, signaling the start of a new era in the Philippine Navy's history. The warship deal is about more than ships and guns. It is a symbol of trust, partnership, and shared interests. For the Philippines, this means a chance to stand taller on the world stage. For the region, it signals that the U.S. is doubling down on its commitment to Asia and that the balance of power may be shifting. Why does this matter so much? The South China Sea, just off the Philippine coast, is one of the world's busiest and most contested waterways. Many countries lay claim to parts of it. Tensions often run high, with ships from different nations shadowing each other and sometimes even clashing. In this tense environment, having a modern navy is not just about pride, it is about survival and sovereignty. This deal tells neighbors and rivals alike the Philippines will not stand alone. It now has the tools and the backing to defend its waters and people. For allies like Japan and Australia, it is a welcome boost to regional security. For other Southeast Asian nations, it is a model of how powerful partnerships can build peace. In short, this deal is a clear message. Rules will be respected, and the Philippines is now a force to be reckoned with. For decades, the Philippine Navy has struggled with old, aging ships, some dating back to World War II. These vessels are slow, outdated, and hard to maintain. Sailors often worked long hours just to keep engines running. Spare parts were rare, and breakdowns were common. Stories of ships losing power at sea or radar systems failing during patrols were all too familiar. This left the country's coastline vulnerable. Fishermen faced harassment in disputed waters. Coast Guard teams could not always patrol far from shore. When typhoons struck, old ships sometimes failed to reach those in need. The Navy's leaders knew they were falling behind, even as threats grew more complex. Morale suffered. Young officers wondered if their careers had a future. The public sometimes doubted the Navy's ability to respond to emergencies. While the courage of Philippine sailors was never in question, their tools simply were not up to the job. That is why the new warship deal is so important. It is not just an upgrade, it is a transformation. For every sailor who endured the old days, this is the dawn of something new. With the New Deal, the Philippines will receive some of the world's most advanced naval ships. These include multi-role frigates and offshore patrol vessels. These are fast, agile, and loaded with cutting-edge systems. Instead of old radar screens and analog dials, sailors will use digital displays, satellite tracking, and advanced weapons. The new ships can do more than just patrol. They can launch helicopters, guide drones, and track enemy submarines. They have anti-air and anti-ship missiles, giving the Navy real firepower for the first time in decades. These features make the fleet more flexible, ready for everything from disaster relief to high-seas defense. Technology is also about teamwork. The ships are designed to share data instantly, not just with each other but also with United States and allied navies. This interoperability means they can join big international exercises, coordinate in real time, and react faster to threats. For the sailors of tomorrow, training will be world-class. American experts will help teach new skills from navigation to cyber defense. In every way, these ships represent a leap into the future. At the heart of this deal is the alliance between the United States and the Philippines. This partnership goes back more than 70 years, rooted in shared history and common values. The Mutual Defense Treaty promises that each will help defend the other if attacked. Over the years, the alliance has weathered ups and downs, but today, it is stronger than ever. This new warship deal is proof. By investing in the Philippine Navy, the United States is making a clear statement. We stand with our friends. American support goes far beyond ships. It includes technology transfers, joint exercises, and intelligence sharing. Together, the two countries are building a force that can meet modern threats. Leaders on both sides have spoken clearly. This is about partnership and peace, said the United States ambassador. President Marcos Jr. called it a proud moment for Filipino sailors everywhere. The message is unity, an alliance ready for the challenges of a new era. This spirit of teamwork will only grow. As new ships arrive, expect to see more joint patrols, more exercises, and a stronger voice for the Philippines on the world stage. With its new fleet, the Philippines gains more than military hardware. It gains confidence and respect. These ships will help protect fishermen, defend coastlines, and respond to disasters. They will also deter those who might challenge Philippine sovereignty. In Asia's tense waters, that is a powerful signal. This deal also changes the game for Southeast Asia. Other countries, like Vietnam and Indonesia, will see what is possible when nations work together. The Philippines now has a stronger voice in ASEAN, the region's key diplomatic group. Its example could inspire new partnerships for peace. Strategically, the deal helps keep the balance of power. It makes it harder for any one nation to dominate the South China Sea. Analysts say it will help prevent conflict, not cause it, by showing that the rules matter and that nations have friends. In the end, this is about sovereignty, security, and the hope for a more peaceful future. As the first new ships set sail, a new chapter begins. The Philippines stands stronger, prouder, and ready to help lead the way towards stability and peace in Asia.